Hi everyone, my name is Salim Rinola. You see, last October we told the story of 8 amazing Nigerian students doing really well in the open source space. And then we thought to ourselves, now we understand the story of those doing amazing things by contributing to open source. We had students who contributed through Google Summer of Code, we had students who contributed through Outreach internship, we had students who contributed to Meta AI through the Major League Hacking internship. So we thought, we know how they're contributing. How about we learn more about the impact what they're contributing to is having in the real world? I mean, you contribute to these open source projects, you probably want to make real world impacts. Let's think about the impact. I would thought to ourselves, let's leave Nigeria for a while. Let's speak with 10 international students from 7 different countries and learn what they use open source to do in their day-to-day lives. From application of artificial intelligence in transportation to sales, computational field dynamics, 3D remodeling, virtual reality, chemistry, and even pharmacy. We spoke with students from diverse backgrounds making use of open source tools for a variety of use cases. You want to hear the stories? Walk with me.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Moses Adeyi and I'm from Nigeria. 500 level student of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, and I'm studying agricultural and environmental engineering.
My name is Maria Alejandra Luis Almaraz. I'm from Mexico and I'm studying at Instituto Tecnológico Autónomo de México and I'm studying applied mathematics.
I'm Rajan Takula. I'm from Nepal. I am currently studying in National Institute of Technology, Rourkela, which is in India. And my major is computer science and engineering.
My name is Dokas Eja Mensah. I'm from Ghana, West Africa. I'm a student of Drake University, which is in Des Moines, Iowa, and I study doctoral pharmacy.
My name is Abdul-Afeez Isiaka. I'm a systems engineering student from the University of Lagos from Nigeria.
Okay, when I was younger, life was pretty fun. I had some, little village experiences, town experiences, and it was easy or fun growing up with people I love, family, friends, colleagues, and yeah, it was nice. It was nice being. I would say when I was in secondary school, we do this debate of a thing, the social activities like debates, entire sport, and we do have this section on Friday. I don't know, I've forgotten what they call it, where we have people to come and talk with us, people from different places. They will just come and encourage us, and I think with over time that has done something to who I am today, kind of like changed my mind about life and stuff like that. My childhood was in Ondo State, but my primary school and secondary school was in Ogun State, Nigeria. While I was growing up, so my dad had a farm, and I was young then I normally follow him to farm, observe some of the things he does. So those are one of the things that like add to my passion to study agricultural engineering. Initially, I would have done maybe civil engineering, but as God will have it, I just chose agricultural engineering, and I'm finding it interesting. Even like my final year now makes it much more interesting. So I'm doing something I've always wanted to do, and it's nice, it's amazing. Most times I'm always given like a position, maybe the class captain, so I'm always active, meet with our teachers. There was a period I did timekeepers and a whole lot of things, so it was fun. I'm always the active type in class. So between my secondary school and my university, I finished secondary school 2018. So between and I entered FUTA 2020. So between those period, I did some teaching jobs. So I was teaching in primary school. Then after some time, I moved to a secondary school. So basically teaching science subjects, mathematics, basic technology, and yeah, it was amazing. I found it interesting. I was able to like deliver as science students now, Aside that, there was nothing really much other than applying to universities, writing jams, and my first year in the university was nice because I had a good company of people. Yeah, there were people that were willing to support me, to offer advice, to encourage, and just let me know what it takes to succeed as a student. even right from your 100 level to your final year. First year down to my third year, I don't think I was engaging in any extracurricular activities other than me going from my lodge or from my hostel to school, then back to fellowship, going for tutorials. So I was kind of focused on academics for the first 3 years. So on my fourth year, then I begin to look into some things. Yeah, I remember I joined some organizations then just to learn a skill, I want to make money. And so there's this organization that they will teach you a lot of things and how you can make money with it, stuff like that, freelancing. So I joined some for some period of time. Then I left again. So, and on my first year, my IT came in. It was an amazing experience. So then it was very, very demanding. So if I should add that to what I have on my hand, it could be very, very demanding. So I just had to. I think FUTA is kind of a school whereby, like, I don't know if it's like that for other schools, but like you are going to be shocked. Don't let me use the word shocked. You are going to be given a lot of tasks and assignments and things to work on. So I was just focused on doing whatever I was asked to do, my assignment. I had no time for when I was doing my internship in an agri-tech company in Nigeria. So the company does this precision agriculture, GIS, drone technology, and as an agricultural engineering student, I've always wanted to, do something that is tech related to agriculture. So I found it interesting, the way you can monitor your farm with remote sensing and GIS, even flying drones, taking data, and those are some of the things that make me have interest for research. That version would have never imagined maybe I'll be in the US someday like this. Yeah. In the US presently I'm working on 3D modeling of plants. Yeah, 3D modeling of plants using multimodal imaging techniques. So let me break it down. That might sound too big. So what we are doing is that we are taking different data about plants. So just taking images and videos of plants. And with these images, with this video, we are making a 3D model, like a all-round visualization of a plant. So, and the goal is with that 3D modeling, we can study more about the plants. We can use it to analyze the plant's growth, different aspects of the plants, what we call plants phenotyping. So that's basically it. And what it does is we can use it to improve plant quality, food quality. So, but my project is just for the 3D modeling aspect. So we take a whole lot of data, as many as possible. Then we process and analyze this data with some deep learning frameworks, and we use it to generate the 3D modeling. So how I got to know about this opportunity, it was through an alumnus of my department. He graduated, I think about 5 years before I came in. So we got to know him through our class rep, and he sent us the information. So I applied for it and got so good. I was selected to participate in the internship. That's been great. I mean, leaving Nigeria, coming down to the US to do a research, like it's actually a big opportunity and it's a big thing for me. It's a life-changing experience. I had a lot of exposure working with when you're working in a developed environment, you have access to almost everything, all the tools that you need to work. So, and you have people that are supportive, you have faculty members that are ready to help you, to add to your knowledge. So it's actually a big experience for me. The education is very, very, very different in the sense that here it is more advanced. Like you have access to, should I call it, a wealth of information and resources. There's a lot of resources here that can enhance your learning. There's a lot of facilities that has been put in place and they help you learn, understand what you're learning as fast as possible. Then they make your life easy. So, and I was also say in Nigeria, we're also doing great and we kind of everything like this. Yeah, we have access to informations, I would say, but when you talk about the facility aspects, resources that can make learning easier when they are teaching you and you can see like in real life how to apply what you are learning, so like both theory and practical. So I think that's just the difference. Tools that I use for research here, We use different type of cameras, sensors. So you have like perspective cameras, perspective camera, a 360 camera, and a robot. There's a robot that we also use that these cameras are being equipped with. So the robot just goes through the plans, take the data. Then other tools that we use are like deep learning, some deep learning frameworks like NAVs and Gsplats. So these are the kind of tools we use. I think the first thing you should, of course, everybody wants to travel as you want to go to US, but I would say like you should have something you want to achieve, even as excited you are to travel out of Nigeria. So ensure that you have something in mind. There's something that like interests you that you want to come and do here. Having to like achieve whatever you want to do while you are here during your internship makes the journey worth it. Applying for every or any opportunity, you should find out what the opportunity is all about first. Yeah, the mission, the goal of the organization. Yeah, just take your time to study about them. That will really, really help you in knowing how to structure your application and putting you in a good position for you to be selected for the application. So you want to take your time to learn more about the program, the organization that is organizing the program or something like that. You want to learn about maybe people that are working there, and you want to reach out to people that have participated in such experience before, ask for their opinion. What was it like when they were there, and how did they apply? What was the application process? So like I think doing that will give you like much more knowledge on how to go about it. One of the reasons why we have developed countries because we have innovations and research are going on. People are making new discoveries, findings. So these are the things that they put in together after long years of research, and they come to discover that this thing can actually solve a problem. So they deploy it to the environment, and before you know it, everywhere starts getting developed and life becomes easier. Yeah, my biggest culture shock. Okay, I would say maybe food. Yeah, the kind of food they eat here. So it's not like the kind of food we eat in Nigeria. So I was surprised, the food is like you have a lot of food to eat, but what happens when you have a lot of food to eat? You cannot even eat the food because yeah, it's not what you are used to. My first meal would be like a good swallow, maybe like semo pounded yam with vegetable and egusi soup. That's feeling that you are back to your country and you just want to eat something good. Yeah. Believe in yourself. And I know that for every man, you have aspirations, you have goals, you have things that you desired in life to achieve. And I would say that yes, you have the potentials, you have the abilities. You might not know it might be in you. You just have to discover yourself, work upon yourself, and let the best out of you come out. Make the best out of your commands. Give it all your energy. Give it anything that is required for you to become the person you have always wanted to become. So yes, that's just what I would say. Being the tech space, tech and agriculture, just combining both of them together, providing solutions that make farming easier, makes life easier. So that's that.
Currently, here in the United States, where I'm doing my undergraduate research internship, I'm working in this space of agentic AI, right? So I'm working on application of agentic AI for computational fluid dynamics. We've been hearing about computational fluid dynamics. It's just like a way of using like computer to analyze and simulate flow, right? It can be fluid around different objects or wherever space. So what we are trying to do is how we can automate this process using AI. Like with the rise of LLMs and agentic AI, we are trying to see if we can actually automate this process. We don't really have to have high level of knowledge domain in the space for you to actually partake or try to see if you can solve a problem in that space. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. When I was young, I'm really fascinated about this education of a thing. I watch all these cowbell competition, math Olympiad. I'm always surprised about how the fuck these guys answer this question within this space of this time. I'll be like, I mean, how these guys doing it? So out of curiosity, I always like try to read and see if I can put all these things in practice. And there was a time like, I mean, it's very unnecessary. Try to memorize the four-figure table and stuff like that. I mean, just to, I don't know, I don't know the point I was trying to prove, but I mean, it was fun to me then. And yeah, like growing up was really more of like seeing people above me like go into this kind of educational space, do amazing things and stuff. I think that really shaped who I have become today, and I'm really grateful for that. I was in commercial class, I was in SS1, but it was a very short time. You know, like there is this kind of feeling that when you're smart, like you don't like only the smart student go to science class and every other person goes to the other class. So I mean that's I was moved to the science class. Yes, I went to the science class, and I think the major key thing is seeing the people around me, and like the school I attended, there's this our physics teacher. He really played a key role in most of us life, like seeing the way he teaches, the style he talks, and telling us about stories while he was back in the university. So it is really really good. So he inspires most of us to, oh wow, we can do this, we can also give it a try. And so we most of us look forward to him then, and I mean it has really been a good one. I wanted to do MBBS, right? That's medicine and surgery, but I get to know that I was also good with biology, the biological science. I struggled a lot, and maybe I don't like the teacher, maybe, but I struggled a lot. I was like, and from conversations, they'll be like, if you are not so good in biology, you don't have a space here. Like you just, then I look like, okay, the mathematical part, I'm still giving it a try, and I can still get my hands on it. So, maybe let me just move to the engineering space. But I was just so sure about it during my SS2, SS3, time that, okay, yeah, this my teacher, like he did mechanical engineering, right? So we call him Scanty, by the way. So shout out to him wherever he is. He actually puts in I would say he inspires us. Let me just put it that way. So be like he did mechanical engineering back in Obafemi Awolowo University, and um, yes, so he most likely talk about engineering and how the thing looks, how he was able to navigate through the journey. He'll be like, and then like coming up with a like young kind of spirit without being infiltrated yet, to be like, oh, I want to do hard things. Like I don't know if anyone have such kind of feeling. Like you just want to do the hard thing to like it's just like a I would say is a way of you showing yourself that okay, you are doing that hard thing. Like so, I mean that was it. And I think my first kid engineering like ambition was kind of okay, I want to do mechanical engineering, and at some point I had to change to systems engineering. With the University of Lagos engineering system, I do not see like maybe most great difference, but I'm good with systems engineering. Like I'm hi everyone. My name is Abdul-Afeez Isiaka. I'm a systems engineering student from the University of Lagos from Nigeria. Currently here in the United States, where I'm doing my undergraduate research internship. I'm working in this space of agentic AI, right? So I'm working on application of agentic AI for computational fluid dynamics. We've been hearing about computational fluid dynamics. It's just like a way of using like computer to analyze and simulate flow, right? It can be fluid around different objects or wherever space. So what we are trying to do is how we can automate this process using AI. Like with the rise of LLMs and agentic AI, we are trying to see if we can actually automate this process. We don't really have to have high level of knowledge domain in the space for you to actually partake or try to see if you can solve a problem in that space. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. When I was young, I'm really fascinated about this education of a thing. I watch all these cowbell competition, math Olympiad. I'm always surprised about how the fuck these guys answer this question within this space of this time. I'll be like, I mean, how these guys doing it? So um out of curiosity, I always like try to read and see if I can put all these things in practice. And there was a time like I mean it's very unnecessary. Try to memorize the four-figure table and stuff like that. I mean just to I don't know I don't know the point I was trying to prove, but I mean it was fun to me then. And yeah, like growing up was really more of like seeing people above me like go into this kind of educational space, do amazing things and stuff. I think that really shaped who I have become today, and I'm really grateful for that. I was in commercial class, I was in SS1, but it was a very short time. Like there is this kind of feeling that when you're smart, like you don't like only the smart student go to science class and every other person goes to the other class. So I mean that's I was moved to the science class. Yes, I went to the science class, and I think the major key thing is seeing the people around me, and like the school I attended, there's this our physics teacher. He really played a key role in most of us life, like seeing the way he teaches, the style he talks, and telling us about stories while he was back in the university. So it is really really good. So he inspires most of us to, oh wow, we can do this, we can also give it a try. And so we most of us look forward to him then, and I mean it has really been a good one. I wanted to do MBBS, right? That's medicine and surgery, but I get to know that I was also good with biology, the biological science. I struggled a lot, and maybe I don't like the teacher, maybe, but I struggled a lot. I was like, and from conversations, they'll be like, if you are not so good in biology, you don't have a space here. Like, you just, then I look like, okay, the mathematical part, I'm still giving it a try, and I can still get my hands on it. So, maybe let me just move to the engineering space. But I was just so sure about it during my SS2, SS3, time that, okay, yeah, this my teacher, like, he did mechanical engineering, right? So, we call him Scanty, by the way. So shout out to him wherever he is. He actually puts in I would say he inspires us. Let me just put it that way. So be like he did mechanical engineering back in Obafemi Awolowo University, and um, yes, so he most likely talk about engineering and how the thing looks, how he was able to navigate through the journey. He'll be like, and then like coming up with a like young kind of spirit without being infiltrated yet, to be like, oh, I want to do hard things. Like I don't know if anyone have such kind of feeling. Like you just want to do the hard thing to like it's just like a I would say is a way of you showing yourself that okay, you are doing that hard thing. Like so, I mean that was it. And I think my first kid engineering like um ambition was kind of okay, I want to do mechanical engineering, and at some point I had to change to systems engineering. With the University of Lagos engineering system, I do not see like maybe most great difference, but I'm good. I'm good with systems engineering. Like I'm good.
Let's talk about your university experience. How different was it from what secondary school was like, and how was it experience with them all?
Well, I'll say what University of Lagos has actually, I wouldn't say Faculty of Engineering, though I have something I've learned from there too as well, the experience I've gotten from there too as well. But I think the university as a whole, like the University of Lagos make me meet people. Yeah, like I met with a lot of folks that they've actually been an inspiration, and it has actually shaped who I have become today. And that's on. Then at the Faculty of Engineering, I would say like this kind of person that I mean I really do not like associate with people, or not that I don't like to, but I just like one way or the other, I always just be in my space. That is just it. So um one key experience or one major thing that I've seen at the Faculty of Engineering that actually propel me is that I see like guys doing a lot of wonderful stuffs. Like, I mean, you see these, like, I think from our year 2 days down to even when we're in the final, like, you see people like every summer, you see them, is it going to Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, Google, Bloomberg. I'm like, wow, these guys are breaking the pipelines. Like, look how from Nigeria to all over this space, it's something that's very, very commendable. And I think that has actually puts me on my toes that if these guys can do it, it's something you can give it a chance. Yeah, here we are. Okay, I mean, I also wanted to go to UK, right? So, but when this I think I saw the ads of this application for the RAU on like somebody forwarded to me on WhatsApp, right? So and it was all over the group, faculty engineering group and thereabout. So my friend was like, I thought you normally say you do ML and AI. So I mean, so why you not applying? Because left to me, I might have not applied. But I think there was two cases. I will take the first case. So sorry, I will. Well, it's more niche parts. Yeah. So I mean, the second case was like, people be like, I thought you are doing ML and AI now. So give it a try and see this how it's work. I'll be like, okay, so I talked to one or two people, like just see how I can do this. Okay. And yeah, prior to that, I always have like friends around me that have actually gone into this like research phase. When I mean gone through this research phase, like transiting from undergrad to PhD, doing their research in various universities across the United States. So, people around you, there's most likely that what people around you are doing is what like you most likely have interest, people you move with. I'll be like, I'm not that smart though, but everybody is doing research. Shall not do it like this. But I mean, I've always seen like my friends, close guys around, like, okay, this person too is in Purdue, is in like different universities across the US. So I actually have that like kind of a subset in my mind. So having this one just be like, okay, let me just talk to these people is like kind of a research experience. And I talk to them, be like, okay, this is how you can go about it and just give it a try. Well, I'll say it's cool. I mean, research can be cool when you are getting the results. And it can be really, really frustrated when you are not like getting anything. Like, so I mean, you get to enjoy the research when you are getting those results, but like life is not like a straightforward something. When you are getting the result today, like you might be open on another project whereby you just like you should just be questioning yourself. But I mean, it was not so intense on us here because it's just like a summer internship we get. So we are not really like we are not expected to produce like maybe papers or something. It's just like a 2 month and some weeks, right? So I mean, but for me, it has really been a good one. Like working in the agentic AI space, this is my first time actually working on that space, and I mean, learning and trying to build at the same time. It's very fascinating and good. Yeah. Wow, cultural shock. I mean, I'm this guy that is always on Twitter but will never tweet, right? So yeah, I read a lot of stuff when people talk about cultural shock when they move down to the western parts of the world. So yeah, but the one thing for me is like whenever you get to park, you get to pay. I'll be like, this one is this one is something that is like crazy to me. Oh. Like, you mean if I park 5 times a day, I'll pay you 5 times a day? Maybe I'll not buy a car. Maybe, but I'll be like, in Nigeria back then, I just need a space. Just beg the person, please. Just park the car and just go and do stuff. I mean, but right here in the United States, you have to pay. Like you have to pay, right? So, I remember when I mean, in some places that are not so crowded, like not so in big city, it's very crazy there. I would say it's very crazy. I went to Chicago during the holiday year in the United States, and I was wowed. Like, I mean, in fact, it's just like crazy to me. Like, I mean, all these things are happening. Like the way when you get to park, you pay, and the moment you just like, let's say you pay for 30 minutes and you are not there in 40 minutes, you are getting a ticket, maybe $100. That's crazy. Yeah, I think that was like the major cultural shock to me. Basically, I've been working with open source tools. Yeah, I've been working with open source like LLM. I make use of Gemini for my LLM. I make use of like in my project, I just text different LLMs to see how good the output is. So I make use of ChatGPT 4, 3.5 Turbo, Gemini, Cloud. Yeah, then another open source tool that I make use of is OpenSCAD, right? So this helps me to get the geometry of the objects that I'm working with. So yeah, so and there's this together AI just to fasten whatever model I'm making use of to some extent. Yeah. I mean, if you ask anyone what they would like to change about their journey, everyone will definitely change it to something that is very good. I mean, and life is not like that to me, right? So there is always this bad part, there's always a good part. So you just, I mean, get the lessons from there and move on, right? So yeah, I think that's just it for me. Yeah, I will not necessarily say only this opportunity. I mean, if you're applying for any opportunity that you really never seen anyone go there or like apply for it, I'll just say you should still give it a try, right? So you never can say. Just apply and talk to people, ask around, like because no one is an island of knowledge, right? So you cannot really say, okay, you might think you are perfect, but just ask around and reach out to people. Yeah, that's just it. Reach out to people. Okay, I want to apply to this. A lot of people might ignore you. It's normal, right? So if you reach out to 10, like 4 people might reply, get back to you, and at least this is something that's added to your profile of what you are doing. So just apply, man. Just give it a try. Don't think of, hey, it will be like 1,000 applying. Man, see only yourself. That is a dream. That is a goal. And when you get it, you'll be so proud of yourself. That is it. Think things gently, right? Don't really go hard on yourself, right? So for the fact that your friend is, let's say, oh, my friend is here and we are both putting like similar energy in this thing, just take it easy on yourself. Like, the life is so fragile, right? So yeah, take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. And yeah, you can always rest. Yeah, you can always, that's why you are showing up every day. Yeah, it will amount to something. Just go on a steady. Yeah.
I grew up like in Mexico, like near to Mexico City in another state that it's called State of Mexico, but it's quite near to Mexico City. It's like 40 minutes on car. So I'm from a little town that it's called Coatlinchan, and I'm really proud of it. I grew up all my life there, so I'm happy to be here. I usually practice sports like taekwondo, and I'm also like I love to watch TV and all the stuff like that. But also my dad teach me a lot of maths and stuff because he's in engineering, like mechanical engineering. So he teach me a lot of math when he was help me with my homework, and also my mom like they did a very good job. Mm. I went like a elementary school on a religious institution, but I'm not a religious person. Yeah, it was like the best option on my town. I think that I grew up like with them because I spent like 6 years of my life with them. So I'm still having friends from elementary school. So I really love them, and yeah, it was awesome that time. Yeah, they teach us like biology, math, also these religions classes. They were like not too much. I have the opportunity to travel a lot with my parents around Mexico first because they want to know my country, like, like feel proud about my country. And when I was a child, I traveled a lot with them. So I think that one of my favorite moments with them was was like in vacations, like be on the beach and play with them and having dinner with them. I think that I love that kind of, I don't know how to call it. We call it atrapadas in Spanish, but it's like you have to run and have to touch another people, and then the other people have to run again. But it was awesome because I remember that we usually have like 30 minutes for break. So we didn't like eat or something. We were just playing, and my school was big, so we were playing around all the campus, and it was like, oh, you have to run, no, you have to run, and in the grass there was like a weed around, so we put like together the weed, so another children put like their feet on them and fall. So it was like an intelligent way the to win the game. And also I remember that it was so famous, like we were always playing, so the teachers start playing with us. We have a teacher that changed his 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 shoes, and then start playing with us like with tennis shoes, and it was awesome. uh, I went to high school that it was like an agronomical school, so I have that like field, but I really didn't like it. Like I like it, I learned a lot, but it was not my thing. But yeah, in high school, like 3 years, I took classes for agronomy. I think I took like around six courses just for agronomy. And then the last year, I took like animal biology, plants biology. I think I took 2 classes for that, and also forest production, animal production. That you have to work with cows like and big sheep. So I remember once I was trying to cut the neck that it was here, and try to be careful because if you cut like more, you're gonna cut the ear. So I was like, no, I don't want to cut. And it was really big, so it was fun. I decided not continue in that field, so yeah, I have that idea. But also I think that my high school has like a good level for for mathematics, so I really enjoy my classes of mathematics. And at the end, well, I'm studying applied mathematics, so yeah, it was weird because first I'm study business engineering. So my first year was business engineering. So then it's you have to have like a common subjects in like the career. So it didn't affect me too much to change my major. But yeah, I was like see a lot of people that was study applied mathematics, and I was like, okay, I think that I can do it. Like I really don't enjoy too much my career, my major in that. So I was like, okay, I want to try something else. And I was like, yeah, why not? So I decided to change it. Yeah. I think that the first year I didn't feel it too much because we had like almost the same subjects. But then after the second year, it was so different. Like math is really abstract. So the courses that I took, like the second and the third year was something like, yeah, imagine this ball and then imagine a letter that it doesn't exist, but yeah, it's gonna fit. And then imagine that you're putting on the circle and in the radium or something like that. I was like, I don't get it. And I think that in business engineering is more like you're solving or you're trying to understand something or you're trying to learn something that it's in the real life. So it's quite kind of different. Like I think that I also took like a lot of like math courses, but they're like abstract courses. I think that in the last year I've been taking more like courses that have relation with math and things that are real life than real problems. I think I'm not too much like an academic and research person, but I'm starting in summer. So yeah, previously I have a kind of experience because like you have to deliver some works and stuff like that. And in the school they asked me like, the last project or like this kind of work. So I have that kind of experience, but not like real immerse on research like properly. I'm not gonna talk just like the opportunity of research. I'm just saying that it's a good opportunity also to know a lot of people, to realize how big is the world, like um there are guys from Nigeria, like you, girls from Mexico, guys and girls from India and another parts. And also to see that also United States is quite diverse. There are a lot of guys are from here, but also that their parents are from China, their parents are from India also, so another country across the world. So that rich culture experience, it's the most value that I'm gonna take. I've started working with soybean plants, but then I changed my subject to cows. I'm working on cows, but more like the important thing I think is the machine learning models that we use to first extract the patterns or behaviors from the images. Like we have like a lot of images, like the stables or like the places where the cows are. So first we have to identify the behaviors and then identify the cow, because like sometimes maybe we have two almost the same cow, but you don't know who is who. So that's a hard work. And then when you have that information, you have to quantify the information of the behaviors and then put into the machine learning model. We use random forest and XGBoost. So we're looking for milk yield. Yeah, it was quite weird because sometimes you have feel frustrated because, for example, I had some results last week. There weren't like the results that I expect. So I was like, okay, I did all this work because I really thought, and I have like the literature review, that it will be help in another way. But yeah, you have to manage that frustration or maybe that bad results to still working and still doing things to improve it. I was using Python. Basically, the model is divided in 3 steps. First, you have the picture of the cow and it divided in the crop boxes. So for that model, we use YOLO. And then when you have like the crop boxes for the cows, you have like a cow, we put like a model that identify the behavior. So for identify the behavior, I use ResNet, and then when you apply ResNet, you know which behavior is taken. And there's important thing here. If the cow is lying, they're gonna use a different model, and if it is not lying, they're gonna use another model because it's easier for us identify which cow it is based on the position that it is. So for those models, we use EfficientNet. So yeah, I think that my work is gonna help to cross the bridge between production and animal wellness, because if the animal is good, the production is gonna be good. There is not like a bad correlation between them. In the last years, we have like divided these two. Like, you don't have to worry about the wellness for the animal. That's the traditional idea. They just gonna produce milk, but that's not true. We have to care about more the animals, and that doesn't mean that we have less production of milk. There's like a correlation between them. So I want to cross that bridge, and I want to see like a different way to improve our production of milk, but also improve the life of the cows, the life of the animals. Okay, definitely I want to go for masters. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about myself. I want to be really happy and proud of what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know where and when, I don't know, but I'm gonna be confident that in the next 5 years, I'm gonna feel proud about what I'm doing, and that the things that I'm doing are helping people like to be better, like better person, better people, better world. Yeah.
If you also explain what you're working on now to a 5-year-old, how would you explain this?
Okay. We are like looking for, I'm not gonna use the word looking for. We are checking cows' behavior, like how much they eat, how much they rest, how much they walking, and then see if those behavior affects how much milk we have. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a possibility that you have that you're gonna be select or you're not gonna be select. But that happen. Like sometimes the things work and the things don't work. So whatever it is the case, just try it, and try it in look for the opportunities, not just one. Try it like look for more opportunities, and do it with fear, but not fear. Just do it applying. And if you're gonna be select, okay, that's perfect. Enjoy it and take the opportunity. But if you're not gonna be select, just learn about it and try to look for like an introvert research, and say like, oh, maybe I should improve in this, maybe this and this and this. But sometimes, yeah, you should do it. Just do it. You know where it's like a matrix. So there's like angles between matrix. I couldn't not imagine. I mean, it's so abstract, but every time that I remember that my teacher was saying that, I was like, how can be angles between like a matrix? No, like angles, like, like 90 angles. Well, it's not like that, but I don't know. I still not got to the idea, but that's the coolest thing that I have learned. I'm still thinking like, how does it works? Like, I not could imagine that. Yeah. My favorite meal, I think it's like a Mexican dish that my grandma does, and also my mom. That it's like a soup, like a bean soup with like little balls from, I don't know how to say it, but masa. That it's like balls for like corn things, and they put on the bean thing, and they mix it. So, okay, that sounds weird, but it's delicious. Go out with friends, going to museums, going to Pilates classes, going to nightclubs, whatever it is. I want to go for master. I want to go on trekking with gorillas in Uganda. Have you ever seen that? That it's amazing. Like they sometimes they have to walk just 1 hour. Sometimes you have to walk 7 hours in the forest. So yeah, you're gonna see like gorillas, really gorillas, like in the real environment, and they can be around you, and yeah, yeah, it's safe. It's also so expensive, like really, really expensive. I don't know how to. I was checking and I was like, okay, yeah, because they want to preserve like the area. You have to have like a lot of permissions, and also you have to be with two guys, I think, uh, and they're gonna save you. Also, they explain you all the things, and you have to do like whatever it takes. But yeah, it's safe. I really want to do that, and I hope that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say right now Cairo on Egypt. Yeah, I really want to go to see the pyramids and all the museums and the cultural one. My name is María Alejandra Elisa Almaraz. I'm from Mexico. I'm studying at Instituto Tecnológico Autónomo de Mexico, and I'm studying applied mathematics, and I'm currently working on trying to predict milk yield on cows based on their behavior.
I'm part of RU track, and I've been working under the mentorship of Dr. Sharma. And I've been working on various transportation projects like the thing which I'm particularly working on is AI City Challenge, which focus on a multi-view perspective for the detection and like VQA, like question answers of the accidents related things. Till 5th grade, I was studying in Bangalore, and after that, I went to Nepal. I studied in Kathmandu, Babylon National School. I completed my 10th till there, and then after that, I again came back to Bangalore, where I did my 11th and 12th. So they call it like pre-university in there. So yeah, after that, I went to NIT Rourkela for my bachelor's in computer science and engineering. I had gone to Bangalore when I was a small kid. Like don't really remember what was the experience, but like when I grew up in Bangalore, it was a good experience. I got a lot of exposure in like multiple extracurricular activities and all. Yeah, it was a good start of my life. And then going back to Nepal was a big transition. The academics I found was quite more tougher in Nepal than compared to Bangalore, or like particularly India. So it was quite challenging at first, and then I got to cope up with time. Yeah, it was fun, and like the things were taught much tougher in Nepal, I suppose. Like if I remember, we studied about vectors and all in class 11th and 12th in here, but then we had the syllabus itself in like grade 8, like grade 8 9. So it was kind of tough, like getting that 11 12 mentality to like 8 9. Yeah, maths and science was quite tougher, and it is very hard to score in Nepal. Like in India, people score 90 and 99. It's very tough to even get like 90 plus in Nepal. The scoring is really hard. It is, both the country have like a very important part. Like I would say like India, I focused more on like extracurricular activities like brainstorming and all, which eventually helped me improve my thinking skills and IQ maybe. But then in Nepal, I found the math was really nice. The math and science was really tough, and it was in depth. So I found, I think that it boosted my mathematical skills and like scientific skills much more in Nepal. But then again, when I came back to India for 11, 12, it boosted my mathematicals and scientific skills much more like higher. I could like sit for JEE exams, like tougher exams like JEE and all. So yeah, I think both played a crucial role, but like enhancing much more skills, I would say India played the better role, but like getting the roots of mathematics and science, that was obviously Nepal. I think everybody like of our generation kids were mostly interested in doing experiments and all, like scientific, get the motor, fix the wires, like make it run, you'd be happy. So I think that is how the inside thing me got like excited about like, okay, I'm excited about how things work, how like you connect the wires and the motor starts working. It's so fascinating when we are like kids in 5-6 class. So I was like trying to at that time I used to like get the the textbooks of grade 8, 9 and see what the experiments are there in those textbooks and like do it in home. So I used to enjoy it. So yeah, like going with the time, science was my favorite subject for all time. So it got my interest since childhood itself. And going about maths and all, like I got interest in it like since grade 8, because I had like a teacher in grade 8 who was like really strict. And till then, I did not had much interest in maths, but he was so strict that I had to study maths. And then like I started studying and competing among my classmates and all. Like fortunately, I found it really interesting and I'm happy. Yeah, like getting all these things aside, like really love physics when I got into 11th. I love the physics, how things work around. Yeah, that is how I ended up taking engineering, that, okay, this is the field where I have interest in, and because I enjoy doing those things. So yeah, it was a completely different shift. Like first year was just continuation of maths and physics is more, I would say. But like getting into the department after second year was a really different shift at all. Like we studied maths, physics, chemistry, biology and all things, but now in second year we come to study about computers. We have all the courses only about computer science. So that was a different shift itself, like getting into hardware, softwares and all. Yeah, that was quite challenging, but then yeah, I made it out, fortunately. Turned out good. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is an interesting question. uh, I joined college thinking that, okay, I might grab this big company job and all. I mean, that's what everybody thinks in India. So last summer, I was just looking around the group. Like we have a group in like the internship groups in our college, which the internship coordinators, like placement coordinators and all, they keep on posting about the opportunities. So I was like, okay, there's this internship. And I checked the professor was really good, but the college was not like so ranked college. So I just applied and then I got selected for that. That was the starting phase of my machine learning, I suppose. So that was my first research internship. And then it turned out to be, well, I found like I'm learning more in research than classrooms, because we don't have that limit to push you up. Okay, you have to complete this deadline, this and all. Okay, research is like, it's open learning. You learn a lot of things around. So I really enjoyed that thing. And then my professor suggested me to, why not look around other opportunities like for next summer or so. Like you could even target for international internships and all. That's how I started looking up around, and now I'm here. Yeah, it was quite difficult to, like, in the first couple of weeks to learn about machine learning and all. Yeah, and then eventually I had like 3 months, so I coped up, and like I really enjoyed it, this particular university. So yeah, as I said before, like there's a group in our college, like there's a body itself, like higher education committee, which looks over the opportunities in the world, and then they post in the group that, okay, these opportunities are open. Not only this, I had applied to multiple other universities and like cold mailed the professors, because I knew this is the only thing I want to do. So yeah, I applied to this, and then yeah, I'm here. I'm happy I got selected in here. Yeah, I work on transportation related problems. Like speaking particularly, I have been working on like VLMs uh, to enhance the accidents, like why accidents are happening, like what are the causes, how could it be prevented, what are the characteristics of the vehicle, what are the characteristics of the pedestrians. Like if you look around, like it is really difficult to like investigate for whole duration of time. Suppose if you want to look over the accidents which happening in a particular day, that becomes really tough to like monitor for whole 24 hours and look around. So I'm working on a project that looks at, okay, accidents are happening and then why they are happening, and then after that we can like figure out, okay, these are the reasons why accidents are happening, and then we can focus more on like how to like eradicate the accidents and all. Because if you look like example, okay, your model turned out to say that, okay, the accidents happen because the traffic light didn't work well. So immediately the government can go and walk on the traffic light, and then if the reason turns out to be like, okay, the pedestrians did not follow the rules properly, okay, then they might be raising some more awareness and all, maybe. And then like, okay, if the vehicle did not follow the traffic rules, maybe they can increase the fines or anything sort of things. Yeah, that's how like I'm working around these kind of things, exploring the whole new different country itself, like the people here, the culture, the professors. Yeah, okay, this thing is very interesting. The professors and teachers here are very friendly. I mean, yeah, this is not common back in India. And the culture, people are so nice. And yeah, that's a basic things which was new to me, and it is exciting. To be honest, I don't want to get into industry line for now. I have been planning to do PhD and possibly direct grad school, and to work on my own things and build like new things around. I don't really have plans to work in a company or so far. The thing I use the most is Copilot with VS Code and like GitHub, obviously. And that's all I think. I didn't get you. Research. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think resource is quite every of the research papers are accessible to students, I suppose, because once you go to university, you log in through your university, like the internet or something. I think you can pretty much access all the research papers. You don't have to buy subscription, but like it is, yeah, it is not open source to every of the citizens. Uh, yeah, as per me, it should be open source, because like not every students wants to read the research paper, but like even the general people who are working and all, they might even want to study the research papers. So yeah, I think it should be open source for everybody. The biggest thing which I noticed was, the first thing which shocked me was the people come and talk to you like by themselves. So yeah, first thing I noticed was, I'm just walking around and people come and be like, hey, what's up, how you doing? That's not something we are used to. So yeah, like people are so nice. They come and talk to you like in front. Yeah, that's the most exciting thing, I suppose. Yeah, thank you so much, Salim, for making this happen. Particularly me applying, I focused more on my SOPs. I focused more on letter of recommendations, how strong the letter of recommendations are. And the main thing is your resume. Try to have like research experience at least before coming here, and like grab a like a bit of knowledge about AI and all if you're applying for AI projects. So I think that should be better, because you don't have to start a research from scratch, like wasting a couple of weeks learning about AI and all. So you can directly jump into your project and do stuffs around like sensor starting. Yeah, that thing I noticed among like couple of students. Yeah, that I think they should focus more on like learning skills and like doing research before they get in here.
I grew up in Ghana in the Ashanti region. I was born in the Ashanti region. And then later on in life, my family and I moved to the Greater Accra region. That's the capital city of Ghana. Yeah, Dad worked in the Ashanti region. Basically, we all grew up there, my siblings and I. Dad worked there. I went to school and did everything there. It wasn't a bad experience. I believe parents did all they could to make sure we had an amazing upbringing, which we did. My parents made sure we had everything available, anything that we needed to assist in our upbringing. Went to the best of schools. We basically didn't lack anything. So I do appreciate my parents for ensuring an amazing upbringing. So Shanti region is one of the regions that could say is known for the contributing resources to the development of the country. Gold is mined in Obuasi. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born. My dad used to work with Gold Ashanti. That's what it was called then. And it's known for mining gold. And yeah, it's basically one of the contributing factors to the development of Ghana, I think. So yeah, loved the aspect of that. And then, so the people of Ashanti region mostly speak Chi in addition to English. And then the people of the Greater Accra region speak Ga. So yeah, I had to face a little of that issue. It wasn't much of an issue. I spoke Chi, they spoke Ga. And then we spoke English officially. So it wasn't as if I struggled to understand whatever was said. Young Lucas had to make it regardless of whatever obstacle came her way. Because I believe my parents have always been my role models and I always worked towards being like them. I had to do things or, yeah, be in a way that wouldn't affect my success or my progress in whatever it was. So I had to make sure that I was getting the good grades. I had to make sure I was putting up the best behavior. And it wasn't just to make my parents happy. It felt great to be of the good ones in the class, to have your name being mentioned with regards to like good students and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a must to be great. In 2006, I did come to the United States because my mom was here for her nursing degree. So I did come with my siblings to be there for about a year. And then we went back to Ghana. And I reappeared here in the year 2024 for the Doctor of Pharmacy program. I was sure about the doctor title, though. I had to have that title of my name. I wanted to be a doctor, yes, but then I wanted to study medicine. But unfortunately, I didn't get into the university that I wanted that offered medicine. So my mom's did a lot of research and then she came across pharmacy in another school and yeah, might help me to get in that school. I say my passion in healthcare led me to really appreciate the whole do pharmacy. My mom is a nurse and I used to watch how she passionate about her patients, passionate about caring for people. So I believe it is a role in my interest in healthcare. So in Back Central, I at Central University in Ghana, where I did pharmacy. It's I was skeptical about how it was going to be, but the years went by, the practices came way, and I gradually loved it. And the where we made product ointment or paracetamol syrup, I was like, yay, it's happening. And then we had the hospital experiences for internship. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm this. So coming here to do Doctor of Pharmacy, it's been great to have this pharmacy background. So it's tough, but it's doable. So it's very easy to blend in. But so currently, I think is a standard 6 years, but then there was the 4 years as a Bachelor of Pharmacy, the 4 years program. And then it was initially when I was doing pharmacy, it was just one school at Kenya State had the 6-year program. But then now I think it's being standardized to do the 6-year program. So if you already have the 4 years pharmacy like me, you just have to do 2 additional years back in Ghana. I think I was a shy person, I think, but it's me to be outspoken. It's helped me to want to take tasks that are put before me. Initially, when you suggest that I do something, I might pull back and do it. But now I think it helped me to take the risk just to see what it's about. It's America. The only I would say it's the extra resources available because during my days here, previous semesters, I observed the similarities. Whatever it is we studied back home, it was similar to whatever it is we are studying here in terms of drugs and other pharmaceutical knowledge. It's nothing extraordinary, but it's definitely here in the United States, and you have a lot of opportunities. You have other resources that you can lean on to help with studies. So I prepared my mind before I came here. And I'm a strong believer of you can't force to like you. So if you don't sense that feeling of being welcomed wherever you are, push it. People will to accept you. So personally, haven't had an intense one. Did have one, but it is like I said, differently. Everyone moves differently. So yeah, that's the about that. Yeah, I just tuned mind that this is where I'm coming to, and I wasn't gonna take things personally, like just moving with flow. Yes, I think it was during the winter break, and then I came across the iRaise internship from the team I'm with on the is where there are like job opportunities, internship pop up. So I applied for it. I don't have a strong professional background in research, but during undergrad, my year project, I worked on the effects of galamsey in the agricultural sections of some towns. So I of the soil that is being used for farming in that town called Kenyase, and then the water that they use in like irrigation. So I tested just to prove that there were strong metals, there were strong harmful metals that had a tendency of being present in crops that were grown and being consumed by the people of Kenyase. So when I did get into the opportunity, I felt like, yes, I could do this. And it's been great. My the interns and had about 2 weeks boot camp, like orientation, where we got introduced into the whole program here, and we all got divided. We got into different departments. So I with Grant Hub, and that mostly they for funds for projects for ISU. And then I also work with the veterinary medicine care, and I've been helping them with a task that they have to present next year, and also had opportunities to visit sick animals and other animals that they are researching on with them. So it's a from my field, but it's been great because I feel like I have learned so much. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm in the office and then I hear the vets talk about like an animal as was like a human being patient, and I just feel like it's the same field, like the same line work. It's just on different species. So it's just nice to see how if I was taking care of a patient, I would be like, oh, she took her medicine at this time. She had a fever, but then it's down now because she took the medicine. So to hear them talk about like that with regards to like a dog, it's fascinating. And I in hospitals to the software that is used. Um, they have AI been a way to just kind of run some. They don't depend AI to take care of the patients, no, but it's patient management. So the AI does play a role. It does. Can't say the percentage. Like a 30 to 40%. I would say. Think. Don't attack me, but yes, I think. I I love Ghanaian food. I struggled because I hadn't seen it. I had to go to the school's dining just to eat. But then when I could move to my own apartment, I did everything possible to make Ghanaian foods. I don't have the exact ingredients I need to make some Ghanaian food, but I find my way around it. So I do still eat Ghanaian foods, but I would choose to go home to eat Ghanaian food. Never give up in capital letters. I had a struggle before I finally got in because I wasn't getting my visa to come here. And it didn't stop me. I struggled. I struggled, exclamation marks. I had to try severally before I got to come here. I applied to quite a number of schools before I finally settled in Drake. I didn't let was preventing me from coming here, stop here. So I would say whatever you tune your mind to do, just do it. Like, don't give up. The knowledge I have now is not what I had back in Ghana. So if I had like 60%, I'm up to like at 80%. Like, this means there's been that advancement. Like I do the difference now, and it's just because I wanted an upgraded version of pharmacy. Like I wanted experience because we have some restrictions as pharmacists back in Ghana, but I do have some trainings right now, like to vaccinate and yeah. So I definitely worth it, and I couldn't have done this without my parents too. So I am going to one of the best joints that serve fufu and laitu and tidits. That's tuzati. I need to eat those food right now. Yes, I do have a future goal of contributing and educating some designer in the appropriate management of chronic conditions such as diabetes and hypertension. And I believe I have had the exposure now to get the support. I also look forward to getting the funds in assisting those who can't afford their medications. So it's been an opportunity having this experience, and I know and I strongly believe that it's definitely going to play a role in what my future plans are. To help me go.